What's up, Frenzy Head Nation? It's Coach Cole. And we are going live right here for the selection show. We're also going to go live on Facebook if I got this right. So let's see how you do. Start this here for Facebook land. What's up, Frenzy Head Nation? We are doing a live Facebook feed right now. Oh, not quite right there. Can't get the camera to stand up. Let's try this again. All right. Maybe. Okay. Let's try this again. It's not wanting to stand up. Let's try that. There we go. That might work. Okay. All right. We're both live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube as we get ready for the March Madness selection show. And of course, we got the gear on, waiting to hear Michigan's name be called out. Hopefully they're in. And we're watching what we got on here. We're watching on CBS, so keep it going. There we go. And it's just started. See what's going on here. All right, we're going to the selections. They're starting out right now. All right, overall number 1 seed, Gonzaga Bulldogs. They are, I think, heavily favored to win it all this year. Gonzaga is one of those teams that we used to like to just say their name a lot because we could say Gonzaga. They're going to be playing the 16th seeded Georgia State. That's going to be a Thursday game in Portland, Oregon. And this is the West region. Number 8, Boise State's in. Number 8. Taking on number 9, Memphis. And that's a Thursday game also. Ooh, guys, this is going to be tough for me to get these games on Frenzy this week. These games won't be on Frenzy this week. Number 5, UConn in the West region. Taking on 12-seeded New Mexico State. So, again, these are Thursday games. Arkansas Razorbacks at number 4, taking on the 13th seed of 17 games, and they will meet Vermont in the first round in the Western region. So there you go. We have our first official games in. Oh, we got more here. Hold on. Number 6, Alabama, taking on the 11th seeded. Ooh, Rutgers or Notre Dame. That's a play-in game, it looks like. Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Or Notre Dame. Rutgers is excited, but it's a play-in game for them. They got to play in to see if they will play Alabama or not. That's a Friday game. We can get that on the sheets. Cool. Texas Tech at number 3 in the Western region. That'll be on the Frenzy Siege. That's a Friday game versus Montana State. That'll be on our sheets this week, probably. 7th ranked Michigan or 7th seeded Michigan State is in, taking on the 10th seeded Davidson Wildcats, who have a better record than the Sparties. All right. Number 2, Duke. And they're talking a little bit about Duke if you're watching the show. So they're not saying who they're playing yet, but it's a 15 seed that they'll be taking on. Again, these 4 games will be on our sheets on Friday because they're Friday games. Titans of Cal State Fullerton. But they won their tournament, from what I hear on the show right now.
Well, first of all, the matchup between Boise State and Memphis, that's a tortoise in the hair type of game. I want Boise State to win that game, Clark.
They're saying the Boise State-Memphis game could be a game of interest. Boise State has 27 wins, 7 losses. Memphis State, 21 wins, 10 losses. Talking about
team is really dangerous. The Aggies have a number of guys that can make it happen. Teddy Allen is a terrific all-around player. Johnny McCants is a guy in the middle. And they've got an outstanding guard in Jabari Rice. Keep an eye on New Mexico State.
All right, in the lower half of that bracket, Michigan State, Davidson, Duke, and Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah, I like Davidson to beat Michigan State. Really
wow. So they're predicting on this channel, they're predicting that Davidson will take out Michigan State in the first round. How do you State fans feel about that? That's crazy.
Teams have been able to get better, quicker, and older. So a lot more good teams, no great teams.
All right, guys. Dozens of teams across the country anticipating where they may go, who they may play, including Colgate, Providence, Miami, TCU, and Bryant University. Quarter of the 16-18 field is set. When the men's basketball championship selection show continues, we will reveal the South region.
You know, I didn't think about when I went live here, guys, that I don't really have anything else in front of me to give you during commercial breaks. I should have had my other computer set up so I could actually look at some stats because I'm using my phone for the Facebook Live part of things. But yeah, so that's your first round. Anybody have any thoughts on that so far? Again, they're showing for you State fans, in their opinion, they think State could get knocked out first in the first round by Davidson. And Davidson does have actually a little bit better record than them. So, yes. Well, let me see. You know what? Let's do this. Just in case, shut that down. We don't want the background noise. Being live on both sites here, we don't want to have them flag us and quiet us for music. All right. So, yes, I really didn't think about what I was going to do during commercial breaks. I figured they would just show the whole thing and, just announce the things out there. But no, in this hour-long program, we got to get in our commercial breaks as well. So, let me see what I can do here. You guys' thoughts? You think Michigan's in or Michigan's out this year? I feel comfortable to say that they're going to be in. And give us some great action, hopefully. Of course, we're going to have 5,000 commercials before they'll get to the rest of the selection show. It's always fun. Oh, okay. Finally, we're back.
Focus our attention on the upper right quadrant where we continue our review of the tournament brackets for the NCAA and its corporate champion, Capital One. That second overall number 1 seed is Arizona.
The second overall seed, Arizona Wildcats.
The number 1 seed all time, the first time since 2014. The Wildcats at 31-3 overall, 18-2. Won that Pac-12. They won the Pac-12.
31-3 was their final season record. We're moving to the south right now. Got the Arizona Wildcats taking on, this is a Friday game. This will be on the sheets. Cool. The winner of 16th seed Wright State and Bryant. Bryant Bulldogs, this is their first appearance in the tournament ever. So congratulations to them. Even though it's a play-in game, it's still a big honor.
The second team out of the Big East is the number 8 seed, and that will be the Pirates of Seton Hall. Seton Hall, the 8th seed, Friday game, taking on.
These kinds of teams, Seton Hall, you look at Boise State, Memphis, and whoever else is there at that 9 spot, these games are going to be challenges for whoever advances to meet that number 1 seed.
I'll tell you who's in that number 9 spot.
TCU is in the 9th spot, taking on the Horned Frogs. TCU Horned Frogs. Taking on Seton Hall. Friday game in San Diego, California. These are San Diego, California games. 5th seeded Houston taking on the 12th seeded.
Took the Cougars to their 3rd regular season title in the last 4 years. They will meet the number 12 seed out of Conference USA, the Blazers of UAB.
The Blazers of UAB taking on Houston. They got a pretty decent record as well, 27-7. Again, Friday games, we'll be covering these on Frenzy this week. Got Illinois. Illinois is in, and they are taking on they're 4th seeded. They're taking on 13 seeded Chattanooga. Ooh, Chattanooga's got a better record than them, too.
Seven are the 13 seeds in the last 3 tournaments, right, Seth? Say it. And this Chattanooga team has the build of a power conference team. They've got size at every position. They've got a terrific all-around player, Malachi Smith. That is a matchup that I can't wait to see.
Chattanooga is getting some love on the show. All right, Thursday game, we got Colorado State.
The Rams make their first NCAA tournament appearance since 2013. David Roddy was the Mountain West Player of the Year.
They are the 6th seed taking on the 11th seed. Yeah, the Wolverines are in, baby. There they are, the 11th ranked or 11th seeded Michigan Wolverines taking on Colorado State. Thursday, we are back in the tournament. Woohoo! Yeah, go blue. And it's on, baby. All right, 3rd seed Tennessee taking on.
I thought Tennessee had an outside shot either at a 1 seed or at least in the top 2 seed. Very surprised to see them on the 3 line.
Taking on a 14th seeded Longwood. Longwood Lancers. So pumped about the Wolverines being in. Go blue. All right, another Friday game. That team from down below, 7th seeded, taking on the 10th seeded.
Nice seed for the Buckeyes there in a comfortable location as well.
Who will they meet? Out of the Missouri Valley Conference.
Loyola of Chicago. Loyola of Chicago, 10th seeded. They have a better record than that team down below, 25-7. Villanova, a number 2 seed. Villanova taking on, this will be a game that's on our sheets, Delaware. I got so excited about this, but Colorado State actually has a better record than Michigan too.
When you have these 8-9 teams that are really pretty strong, it's going to be interesting in those second-round matchups, assuming the 1 seeds move on. And then you look at UAB. This is a high-scoring, explosive offense.
They're calling out the Seton Hall TCU game and the Houston UAB games as top interesting games for to watch out for.
Marcus Sasser and Tremont Mark, Calvin Sampson did a phenomenal job, and that team is playing some of its best basketball here in the last week.
Let me be clear. The Chattanooga Mocs are going to the Sweet 16. I think it pairs up well for them. I know Illinois had the disappointment of last year. And then
Chattanooga being called out to take out Illinois.
Clark, don't pay attention. Loyola's going to beat Ohio State in the first round, and Tennessee, I think it sets up well.
They just called out that Loyola Chicago is going to beat that team down below. These are all good tips to hear, listen for, guys.
The Capital One NCAA March Madness Bracket Challenge, the official bracket game of the men's NCAA March Madness, is almost ready for your picks. Get your bracket started at play.ncaa.com.
Who's doing brackets this year? You guys filling out brackets? On top of the Sports Frenzy games, off the print some bracket sheets tomorrow. Plus, most people fill them out online now, but I'll also fill out probably a physical sheet as well. But yes, stoked that the Michigan Wolverines made it, man. Whew. It was questionable there for a little bit, but by some, I remained hopeful the entire time. However, the big thing is, man, they got to step up their game. They have got to play their hardest because losing to Indiana in the Big Ten tournament, that was not cool. And just to fall apart like that in the fourth, like they did, was crazy. So hopefully, Coach Juwan and the gang will have everything ready to go, and we'll look good going into this tournament. And, I always have it on my bracket. I always have Michigan winning, so go blue. I do like who they're calling out for a couple of the underdogs this year already, although I haven't got to see a lot of these teams play. Hearing that they're hearing about their underdog status kind of makes me think about what I might do on a bracket. Now we got to go through another 10 minute of commercials while we wait for next round. Let's see. Maybe next time I do this, I should invite people over to sit on the couch and talk with. Yeah, dead air sucks. Oh. Well, with recording the show live here, you guys will be able to actually fast forward through a lot of it. So, yeah, sheets aren't finished yet. So, those thinking that this was going to be a weekend wrap up show, no, I've still got to get the winners for that figured out for you guys yet. Still a couple games haven't come in yet. So, bear with me on that. It'll probably be at least tomorrow before we cover everything. We got a few baseball games that didn't come in yet, and NASCAR might be over by now. I don't know. I didn't even look yet. Anyhow, looks like the selection show's coming back on now after 5 minutes of commercials. Oh, no. It's just a commercial for March Madness. Oh, there we go. Now they're back on.
The allure of the NCAA tournament, the fans, and the flavor, which we expect to be in full force once again this year. We're halfway through our 68-team tournament field. We begin the second half of our review of the brackets from the NCAA and its corporate champion Coca-Cola Zero Sugar with the lowest right quadrant.
All right, Kansas. Looks like Kansas is in. It's the top seed in the Kansas Jayhawks.
23rd consecutive NCAA tournament appearance. That's tied for third most all the time. 32 straight NCAA tournament appearances.
In the Midwest, sorry. So we got Kansas, first seed, Thursday game, Fort Worth, Texas, taking on the winner of Texas Southern or Texas A&M. Wow, Battle of Texas right there. Right there in Fort Worth, Texas. They won't have to travel too far, apparently.
Tournament title. Moving on, third seed on the Mountain West is the number 8 seed.
We got the 8th seed San Diego State on a Thursday game in Fort Worth, Texas, taking on the 9th seed of Creighton.
The fourth Big East team so far in our tournament this year. They reached the Big East tournament final before losing to Villanova. First and second round games in Buffalo.
Buffalo, we have 5th seed Iowa.
The 5th seed. And they already advanced. Iowa won its first Big Ten tournament title since 2008.
Iowa won the Big Ten title today, beating Purdue, and they are going to be taking on the 12th seed of Richmond. The Richmond Spiders. What a name. I'm not sure that would be a school name I would want. The Richmond Spiders. Oh, well. All right. Providence, 4th seed coming in. Providence Friars. I'm thinking so far we're going to have some really good games this year. Providence taking on the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Ooh, 13th seed has got a better record than Providence. What do you think of that one? Wow. All right, some more Friday games we featured on the sheets. Number 6 seed LSU is in, taking on the 11th seed.
9-9 within that conference, 22-11 overall. They will meet
Iowa State.
Cyclones won 4 teams with 9 quad 1 wins.
And remember, LSU just had a coaching change. They parted ways with Will.
All right, 3rd seed Wisconsin. These games are being played in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Wisconsin taking on a 14th seed.
Number 3 seed, the Badgers of Wisconsin, the 7th Big Ten team into the tournament. Coach Greg Gard, Big Ten Coach of the Year. Badgers want to share the Big Ten regular season title. They'll go up against the 14th seed Raiders.
14th seed Colgate Raiders.
Regular season and tournament title. Congratulations.
Looks like they won their title this year in their area. Another Friday game, we have in Greenville, South Carolina, USC, 7th seed, taking on
School record 25 regular season wins. They were perfect in non-conference games at 11.
The 10th seed,
The third team on
Miami,
the
Florida.
Kings of Miami, coached by Jim Lenawee, picked 12th in the ACC.
Miami Hurricanes are in, and they seem excited about it.
23-10 on the year for the Miami Hurricanes. And rounding out
All right,
number 2 seed from the Southeastern Conference. The
number 2 seed Auburn taking on 15th seed.
For the first time since 1999, Tigers were perfect 16-0 at home. They're a tough number.
They are a tough number. The guard play is going to be the key for them. It's been inconsistent. They've got everything they need to be a championship team, but they've got to find a better rhythm in that backcourt play.
Who they're going to play? The 15th seed out of the
15th seed, Jacksonville State.
On the year, Atlantic Sun tournament winner. Tournament not eligible. It's in the middle of a transition to Division I, so the regular season champ represents the conference, and that's Jacksonville.
And that team has firepower. They make threes. They've got presence inside.
And they are in because of
15 seed Auburn better be paying attention and ready to play.
So one of the first things that jumps out at me is a potential second-round matchup between Providence and Iowa. We talked about Iowa. Can you defend? Can you be physically and mentally tough? Providence will test them. And if that game, if it happens, is in Buffalo, I would like the Friars in that.
Yeah, I hear you there, and I'm looking at that matchup as well because South Dakota State is so high-powered offensively, 87 points a game. I'm looking at LSU and Iowa State. Both of those teams started really, really well, and in conference play beat them up a bit. Which one of these teams finds a way to reignite in the tournament?
Wisconsin gets to play in Milwaukee, and I love the potential Sweet 16 matchup of Wisconsin and Auburn. I think the Badgers can slow down the Tigers and win the game. That's my call.
All right, guys, with only one quadrant remaining, several teams remain on edge. Among those awaiting their fate, Norfolk State, Wyoming, Murray State, and San Francisco. Coming up, we'll reveal the final region when the selection show continues live.
All right, we got one region to go. Hopefully commercials aren't too long. And then once the picks are in, we'll probably go ahead and end this. Let's see. Oops, no, that's what I wanted. Trying to see. Yes. Let's take a peek here and see what's being said. Going to Twitter to see if they're talking about got anything going on here on the tournament. Some details coming in for just to see on Michigan. All right, so we got the South region. Is following. Oh, looks like we're coming back on here. Okay, let's go back over here.
A lot of teams and their fans still on edge. Can you imagine sitting there waiting, trying to find out if your school is going to make it into the big dance? If so, where they're going to go? The wait is over. Here is the final region of the tournament brackets from the NCAA.
All right, our final region. Here we go, guys.
The East region.
Baylor Bears. Looks like they're the number 1 seed in that. Back-to-back years for them as the 1 seed. In the East, they're in division. Number 1 seed Baylor, Thursday game, taking on 16th seed.
Co-champions during the regular season and a dangerous team.
Who are they going to meet? Out of the Mid-Eastern Athletic.
The
Spartans of Norfolk State.
Norfolk State Spartans will be taken on.
In the MEAC tournament championship, outstanding season for Norfolk State at 24-6 and 12-2 within their conference. They're going to go up against
Pretty close matchup there.
Baylor Bears. Congrats to them.
Baylor and Norfolk. North Carolina's in at number 8. That'll make Mr. Travis Boring happy.
NCAA tournament. They reached the ACC tournament semis before.
8th seed taking on 9th seed of Marquette. Marquette Eagles. This game is in Fort Worth, Texas. These are Thursday games as well. We got 5th seed St. Mary's taking on the 12th seed of the winner between Wyoming and Indiana. So the Wyoming Cowboys and Indiana is in. Hoosiers made it. They had a late season streak. They weren't doing really good in the beginning, but they kind of pulled it together in the end, and of course beat Michigan in the Big Ten tournament. So.
Let's finish the top half of this bracket. The third team out of the Pac-12 is the UCLA Bruins.
4th seeded UCLA is in. That'll make Scooney happy. 25-7 their season record ended up being. They'll be taking on Akron. All right, Friday games. We got the Texas Longhorns are in. They're a 6th seed this Friday, taking on the 11th seed of Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech has a little bit better record than Texas. Slightly. We'll see.
CNN is an 11 tells me it's very likely if they don't beat Duke last night, they are not in this tournament.
All right, so the 9th team out of the Big Ten. 9 teams.
3rd seed Purdue is in. Boilermakers got beat in the Big Ten tournament, but they are in. Playing the 14th seed. It's a Friday games. These will be on the frenzy sheets. They'll take it on Yale.
19-11. They beat top seed Princeton in the Ivy League tournament championship. First and second round game.
Hey Logan, what's up? Go Blue, indeed.
And Saturday, Ohio Valley, Murray State Racers.
Thursday game, Murray State. Murray State Racers. They are the 7th seed, taking on the 10th seed. Let's see who they have. Taking on San Francisco Dons. San Francisco Dons. We're going to have some interesting games and picks in this year's brackets.
And then Kevin Brown, the headliners in the backcourt for those respective teams. That was a long way to see their name. Come on. They were nervous and they can accept. Well done.
Thursday game continued.
Knights of Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky Wildcats, second seed in.
Your chance to watch Oscar Tshiebwe work. He leads the nation in rebounding at 15.1 a game, 27 double-doubles to his credit during Kentucky's 26.
They'll be taking on the 15th seed of.
They're kind of a habit this time of year in the NCAA.
And they're a real threat to get to New Orleans and perhaps cut the nets down, too.
They will go up against St. Peter's, the Peacocks.
St. Peter's Peacocks.
For the first time since 2011,
15th seed in that game. These are Thursday games in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Let's go back to the top of this region now. Take a look and see what we find.
I tell you what, with Wyoming and Indiana, I think whoever comes out of that game could actually move on to the next round against the St. Mary's team that's pretty solid.
I'm a little surprised to see Indiana seated this low. To me, the dangerous team in this side of the bracket is St. Mary's.
They were surprised to see Indiana seated so low. But Indiana, Wyoming, they like them.
The Elite Eight gets 2 last year Final Four teams, and then you look at the bottom of this bracket. I think it's pretty clear sailing here for Kentucky, frankly. I've liked Murray State all season long, but I like Kentucky more.
Yeah, I do too. I like Kentucky to actually come
So
out.
they like Kentucky moving on. All right, guys. So we got 9 Big Ten teams in. So that's pretty cool. Looks like we're leading the pack as far as teams in this season.
Should any of these conferences have a team withdraw, a replacement team will fill their spot in the bracket.
All right, so they have COVID protocols in place this year too. They have replacement teams. Replacement team 1 is Dayton. Replacement team 2 is Oklahoma. Replacement team 3 is SMU. And replacement team 4 is Texas A&M. So those are your replacement teams if they have to fill a void if any of the teams get sick for COVID. So
Eastern time for a first 4 withdrawal and a 6 p.m. for the first round withdrawal. Once the tournament begins, any withdrawals will result in a no contest. That said, let's turn our attention back to the last 4 teams that made it into the tournament and the 4 teams that were close but didn't make the field of 16. A team you feel should have made it?
Well, none of them, frankly.
I was chatting, so I didn't hear the whole COVID protocols for the tournament this year. I'll try and look those details up and post them on, but it looks like replacements can only go in for a certain amount of time. And then it's just a forfeit by the team that can't play. All right, so that just about covers all the that does cover all the teams that are in. Who are you guys excited about? I mean, it's pretty obvious with me. Go Blue all the way, baby. Michigan Wolverines all day long. Yeah, that's who I'm excited about, and I'm glad they made it. So, all right, you can print your brackets now, start filling them out, and decide who you're going to go with. You guys know me. I got Michigan going all the way, baby. I'm glad they're in. All right, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me. Like I said, there's a little bit of dead air in some spots where it might get a little boring. So if you haven't watched the show yet, you can always, fast forward through parts of it. It won't hurt my feelings because I won't even know. Weekend wrap up. I will be sending out the quick edition of that as soon as I have the rest of the results. We have some baseball games that are not in yet, and I don't have the NASCAR results yet. So stay tuned for that. Obviously, we won't be shooting a live weekend wrap up tonight, but I will be emailing everyone with the results part of the show. All right, everybody. March Madness begins this week. Go Blue on St. Patty's Day. Take care, everybody. I'm the coach. Be blessed, and I'll talk to everybody later.